Colin, obviously bitterly disappointing, the end product on the pitch this afternoon. What would be your overall assessment and summary of the game though, please?
You know, it was wasn't a reflection to be 2-1 down at half time, but at the end of the game it was a good reflection of them being able to control the game in the second half. Obviously we were affected, but we've got to push more. We've got to compress the game when a team plays like the way they did, but with moments, and for the majority of the first half we've got ahead, and I know we can play better than we did. The first half was okay, but we certainly had we were on the front foot, I would have said.
In terms of one of the key factors that perhaps defined the game was the amount of options that St Mirren seemed to have every time they were in possession, or they had a throw-in or anything like that. There seemed to be perhaps greater movement, they were less static. Well, what was your kind of take on that?
Well, certainly in the second half, you're right. You know, they moved it, they'd changed their shape because of the way we'd played in the first half. So, you know, that's a reflection of what we'd done through the first half. So, but in the second half, we've got to compress the lines a little bit. You know, Ian Murray and Asaya, Ian Murray especially, did a fantastic job in the centre of midfield today. Well, we're going to profit if we got Sproul in the ball. We obviously need to improve set plays for the delivery, and make sure that, you know, when we get a set play, we don't look as if we're the team who might concede a goal.
Obviously, you kept faith with the back four from Kilmarnock. How far away was Sean O'Hanlon from being included in the starting lineup? Was it a case of just trying to preserve him in preparation for the derby?
No, it's the right thing to do. In 3.5 weeks, he's trained 2 days, so he's not ready for match action. So I mean, that's the reason.
And obviously we went with the one striker with Gary O'Connor, but what happened to Agogo and Phil Airey as well? Because did they pick up knocks in the build-up? Yeah,
I mean, unfortunately, when we looked as if they were a good complement of strikers, Junior's taken a slight setback this week, and Phil has as well. But Junior's probably more shorter than Phil. Unfortunately, Phil will go back to Newcastle for his rehab, and that's going to probably take certainly 3-4 weeks.
Obviously, Isaiah of course had a clash of heads as well. Was that one of the reasons why he was taken off, or was it just because he was out of gas?
Another thing is that he hasn't had he's had more training than Junior through pre-season, and I felt he could cope, but we knew we'd have to take him off. It's probably a combination of the head knock and also fatigue of playing a game, but he'll come on leaps and bounds. He's driven in his time, and he'll improve. And in snippets, I thought he was going to make a good impression.
The fans were upset, obviously, with the result today, Colin. What would be your message to them to try and tell them about what is actually happening and how the direction the team's going in?
Well, we've got to prove it with results, you know, and that's what we intend to do. We've got to accept criticism, you know, if you're 2-1 behind. But the team that played well in the second half ended up winning the game. That's the thing we've got to adjust. But they've got to have a belief. We've got to give them the belief that I certainly have in the group of players we've got here at the minute.